What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the TheZaqariMooreShow. Today, today we are revisiting the trauma. Yes, if you're thinking of the right trauma, you're thinking of the right trauma. We're talking about the 4 years I spent working at a Circle K. Now look, I'm a creative guy. I try to bring you guys the vibes. But as we all know on this channel, I still can't finish a damn song to save my life. So instead of a hit single, I'm going to give you a tour of what I call the nut house. If you've never worked at a gas station, you think it's just snacks and feel? Oh, hell no. It's a front row seat to the literally collapse of human civilization. We're talking creamer volcanoes, arson brown bathrooms, and being opened up like a can of sardines. Now let's get into the nut house. So that's my first month working at Circle K. I'm fresh out of the training still. And I used to work with my dad. We'll call him Bob. I'd seen him multiple times use a red safety box cutter to cut off part of the straw for the creamer that we use for people's coffee. You know, that pro move to keep things flowing. So I'm at the coffee station. I go ahead and try to find the scissors. And I couldn't find them for the life of me. Couldn't find them anywhere. So I'm like, I'll do the Bob trick. I grab the box cutter, but as I'm trying to do that, I rip off the entire lid, which, granted, wasn't my finest moment in life. It starts pouring out like a volcano. I'm yelling, help, help, Nancy, help. My manager, Marianne, and Nancy come charging out of the office and yell at me like, what the hell is going on? I'm like, it's spilling out everywhere. It's all over me. We finally clean up and start getting that nasty smell away because that stuff went everywhere. And I mean underneath all the machines. After Marianne leaves for the day and my coworker Nancy looks at me and says, well, you've had an eventful day. And I'm like, yeah, it's been a crazy day, Nancy. A couple of months go by. It's about 2:30 or 3 p.m. I see this customer heading up to the bathroom in the back left corner of the store. He walks in. He's in there for maybe 10 seconds. Now, it must have been a different customer who actually did the damage, but because of this guy was only in there long enough to see the face of Guy, he sprints out of there, reports it to Nancy, and as she's clocking in, he tells her, you don't even want to know. And then he dives towards the nearest trash can and starts throwing up. My curiosity grows as Nancy walks into the bathroom and does the exact same thing. Then my assistant manager, Jackie, goes and talks to Nancy and asks her, what's up, girl? And Nancy just says, go look for yourself. Jackie walks in there like that, and I'll clean it up, guys. That bathroom was white at one point. At one point in my shift, it was white. But I guess someone came in and just went everywhere. Every single spot, turning that bathroom from white to a creamy brown. It smelled so bad it made 2 people vomit just from seeing the horror. The horror! After a couple months goes by after that incident, Circle K decides they wanted this high-tech, low-budget kitchen. Yes, in this tiny little store that I worked at, they wanted this low-budget, high-tech kitchen. They hired this decent crew. It was a Spanish-speaking construction crew. They wanted them to redo the whole floor to make sure the piping's good and making sure all the wiring's all set. Just had it in this kitchen because this store has never been fitted for a kitchen. Let me tell you, it's loud as fuck. Jackhammers everywhere, and I mean everywhere. Grinders going everywhere. You get dust covering every part. They put up this white curtain coming over, making sure it doesn't get on any of the equipment, not on the customers. And granted, yes, they still have us open. They didn't even close us down. You know, during a construction, they'll close us down for a while, making sure that we're okay, making sure that we still have hands and feet to go to in the end of the day. But as we're working customers, we're getting them in and out the door. We're making sure everything's set up. And we're making sure that we can still run the store like Circle K wants us to. Suddenly the city comes in and shuts the whole project down. The guy running the crew doesn't even have any paperwork on the job. They stop the work like it's the 4th of July. Like, oh, I'm going home. I'm never having to do this project ever again. They leave us with a motherfucking giant hole like it's a goddamn Grand Canyon. It feels like a goddamn month goes by and it's still this giant hole. And I'm like, bro, they're never going to come back. Then this whole guy comes in. This guy comes in and he says, hey, we're here to finish the project that this crew never finished. And I'm like, project? Huh? And I remember, oh, right, that giant hole that's behind me. The new crew comes in, everybody, there's like 10 guys. He's coming in, they're getting an assessment of everything, making sure like what it looks like and stuff. And they tell my assistant manager that they redo all of the work. They opened us up like a can of sardines again, and we're like, didn't the first crew do all this? And the head honcho, they didn't do anything. Like I said before, they didn't even close us up to do it. They left us open again, like a can of sardines. No fountains, no coffee, no hot food, just the snacks and the bottle service. Granted, all the drunks can come in and still buy their beer like normal, and we still can't sell lottery tickets like normal or any of the cigarettes. It's just crazy. People would walk in or walk by and ask, are you guys closed? Or are you guys still open? I'm like, does it look like we're Does it look like we're open? They open us up like a kind of fucking sardines. But of course, I have to be nice as always. Yes, I wanted to say that out loud, but I really didn't. No, I really said, yes, we're open, but be careful. It's like a war zone in here. And the kicker? I'm not even gonna. I haven't even gotten a half of it. The kicker is, we had this all new equipment on the side of our building next to our shipping container that they put all our stuff in. They put it in the parking lot. It's all fresh, never been opened. I get a call early Saturday morning. I'm with my wife. I'm getting ready to go downstairs. And I get this call from Jackie. She says, Zach, was the parking lot like this when you left? And I said, no. She sends me a picture. Apparently, someone in the middle of the night went ahead and just opened up everything, ripped everything out, tore our parking lot to pieces, and left us with the bare minimum of just the trash and took all our brand new equipment. And you think, oh, it's a piece of cake. The company can buy new ones. A month goes by, and we still don't even have new equipment. They finally bring us the new equipment, and they don't even put it on the side of the building. They put it in front of our store, in front of the windows, next to the entrance. And I'm like, we could barely see. Well, after all that crap happens, a year goes by after the construction was finally completed, after what felt like an eternity. Suddenly, we're doing like nothing's going on. We're not doing paperwork, nothing. A guy comes running through the doors and he's like, fire, fire! Someone call the police, someone call the fire department. I look out and someone lit the whole dumpster on fire. And I'm not talking about a small, tiny dumpster. No, we're talking about our big, giant dumpster that we have to have this big, giant machine come in and just come pick it up every week. And granted, it's behind our building, so we don't even see it until the guy comes running in. Nancy, on the other hand, calls 911, and in my head, I'm like, I'll grab the fire extinguisher, this tiny-ass fire extinguisher behind the counter, and I'm out there trying to put it out like it's the 4th of July. That wasn't gonna cut it. The dumbass who lit our dumpster decided to light the Wendy's dumpster next door. That's on fire too, and we're like, oh my God. I see this guy, he's lighting that trash can on fire. He bolts for it, and granted, he looks like he's homeless, and I guess he got hungry after doing the second arson, and he runs across the street, and he doesn't even wait for the light. He runs like he's jaywalking out of the store. Out on the street, he's jaywalking, running across the street. And I guess he runs into the McDonald's across the street, and he's going to go for a late midnight snack. And granted, it's not even midnight. I guess the cops caught him 5 minutes later, mid-burger. Nut house logic, man. It's nut house logic. Now, like I mentioned before, I worked there for almost 4 years. In that time, I had my electric scooter. It was a good scooter. I had two. First time it got stolen, I'm like, great. Let's pull out the security camera, see what we can do, see what we can get. Okay, couldn't find the person. Like, great. Now I gotta save up my money and buy another scooter. All right, I go ahead and buy another scooter. Second time, I was off the clock. I was off the clock and around the corner talking to my new assistant manager that is putting something away in the shed. And I'm talking to him, and we decided to walk around the corner, and we're like, that motherfucker, someone stole my scooter again in front of the store. I wasn't even on the clock. I was off the clock. And so I'm looking around trying to see if I can find the guy. I see the guy, he's turning the corner, going around the corner, trying to get away, and I'm like, dude, that motherfucker's right there. I'm gonna go around and chase him. My legs give out. I have a Charlie horse in my leg, and I'm like, that motherfucker. All right, let's go pull up the security cameras. Let's call the cops again. Call my friend at Mesa PD, and I'm like, it happened again. And he's like, someone stole your motherfucking scooter again? And I'm like, yep. Can you come down and get another report? We have a picture of this guy. We have a clear-cut image of the guy. And they're like, yeah, we'll come down again. And this was maybe a year and a half after the first one got stolen. I'm like, again? Why do I have the worst luck in the world for this type of shit? So, a couple months after that incident, we have a few-day event. And I guess someone wanted to use the gas pump like it's baptism. And I guess the customer that did it, I guess, decided, I'm going to come in and arrest the employees. Yeah, we know. They're already having a shitty day as it is, having like hundreds and thousands of customers come in and try to get gas because it's our field day event, so it lowers the prices. Yeah, they're that shit crazy. So they're all out there. They're honking their horns. They're honking like. And I'm like, really? Keep honking your horns. And so this lady, she's running across the store, and she's like, can I please get a free car wash coupon? I'm like, man, we haven't ran that promotion in years. And granted, we had a car wash next door, so we partnered with them finally, the Clean Freaks. Yeah, they're freaks, all right. And so she runs back. She's all pissed off and angry, and after talking to her with 5-10 minutes, and she's like, screw this, I'm going to just drive right off. Granted, she forgets that she has the pump still in her car, the hose in her car because she's pumping gas. And all of a sudden, you hear,
oh, snap!
And I'm like, dude, what the hell? This is crazy. You think that this is like, okay, she pulled the hose, it is what it is. No, she's pouring 5 gallons of gasoline everywhere, and I'm out here with the kitty litter. I don't know how this is going to soak it up, but I guess it does. And granted, I have non-slip shoes on. And lo and behold, I slip on my ass and I get covered in gasoline. I get covered of all that gas that's on the floor, and I get covered in the kitty litter as well. So, after trying to clean it up with the kitty litter, I walk back inside and my coworker is like, damn, what smells? And I'm like, well, I do. I smell like I just got bathed in gasoline. And my coworker is like, dude, you need to go home. And I'm like, let me call the boss, see what she says, and see what Nary-Ann says, and see what happens. So after getting off the phone, I called Nary-Ann, and Nary-Ann's like, why don't you go home? And like take a shower and just come back tomorrow and we'll finish it off. We'll have your coworker go ahead and count the drawer, and you can go ahead and clock out. So I go home, and I walk into the door, and my wife's like, what the hell smells? Like they just baptized themselves in gasoline. And I'm like, honey, I did, as I'm raising my hand. I tell her what happened, and I'm like, well, this lady, she's all pissed off because of this stupid car wash coupon that we did like a year ago. You remember, you know the whole thing. and she's like all storming off and trying to oh, I'm all pissed off because I didn't get my free car wash coupon. And so I tell my wife, and she's like, wow, all pissed off and everything. I'm like, yeah, and that's not even the kicker. You know what's the kicker? She drives off with the hose still in her car as she forgets she's still pumping gas and pulls the hose and spills gas everywhere. And I mean everywhere. And so, as I was cleaning up the kitty litter, as I'm telling my wife this, I slip and fall, and I slip and slide all over the gasoline, the 5 gallons that she spilled. My wife's like, dude, take a shower. I'm like, yeah. After 3 showers later, one bath, and trying to wash my smell out of my clothes, 4 times in the washer and the dryer, I still couldn't get that smell out of my hair, out of my skin, out of my shoes, out of my clothes, nothing. And so I do the best thing. I pour all the detergent inside the laundry, the washer, and I just run that sucker. I run it until I can't anymore. So I run it, and I finally, after 5 hours, finally get that freaking smell out. My wife's finally happy because I finally got the smell out, and she's not gagging for her life. I love that lady, but dude, I smelled like a refinery, for real. So yeah, after all that, I decided I'm out. I'm like, yeah, but yeah, crazy shit happens. It's okay that people don't even hear about. It was basically a nut house, but it makes for a great story. If you've got a story that tops this, put it in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe to The Zachary Moore Show. You know, I'm out. Peace.